Good afternoon. My name is Robert Smith, and I am a fire inspector for the City of Gastonia. I've been in the fire service for approximately 18 years. In 16 of those years, I have served as a certified fire inspector. I currently hold a Level 3 fire inspector certificate, and I am also an instructor for the standard course and also for continuing education. The topic I've chosen is on authority and compliance. The research for my paper was conducted on and offline, and the information that was collected comes from experiences of other inspectors, instructors, and also from regulations. The psychology definition for compliance is that compliance refers to changing one's behavior due to the respect or direction of another person. We don't try to find all the wrongs when we do inspections, but we do try to find the things that's going to protect the public, businesses, and business owners, as well as employees. The portions of the fire and building code standards and regulations intend to improve fire safety start by defining the level of safety or risk that lawmakers and research and design professionals collectively consider acceptable. Most of the codes are based on real lifetime situations that have occurred, and then lawmakers take that into legislation and make a code out of it. As inspectors enforce their respective codes and regulations, how do they know if their compliance efforts are effective? How do they measure their code compliance effectiveness? Effectiveness measurement is a long-established tool to assist inspectors in making sure that their choices and level of effort are sufficient to achieve the goals of their inspections. There are wide variations in inspections practices across the country. Codes and standards are adopted into law, typically with state or local amendments not provided in the model code, which the model code is the ICC, which is International Building Code. We also have other codes like the NFPA standards that our code references as a minimum code. It is up to each fire department or building code department to establish procedures for inspecting property that the public is going to be. Departments can decide what type of inspections will be performed, who performs the inspections, how inspections are conducted, the frequency of inspections, and the enforcement styles. Code compliance is understood to include inspections and any other activities intended to serve the goal that all properties within community should be completely in compliance with all applicable codes and standards, including relevant laws and regulations bearing on fire safety. Code compliance is the stated goal of the activities, but the ultimate intended result is reduction in fire risk. Because codes are legal requirements, enforcement of those laws is considered to be another term for compliance. Inspections include inspections of new construction, including major rehabilitation projects, and other situations where the building code and other new construction requirements would be binding, as well as existing buildings under provisions of the Fire Prevention Code. It includes inspections designed to achieve code compliance regardless of who performs those inspections. It includes follow-up inspections as well. The main purpose for inspections, as I mentioned before, is to discover the violations and get them corrected. It makes a better and safer workplace for the business owners. the businesses itself, the employees, and also the public. Getting compliance is hard, and I've realized this over the years because of the fire codes, statutes, and other regulations that we have to enforce. One of the main things that we see as far as inspectors is reasoning. A lot of business owners will say, well, if I do this, I don't have to do this, or the last inspector didn't tell me this, or nobody's ever told me this before, or I've never had an inspection before. My reply to them is, sir or ma'am, I'm sorry that the last inspector didn't get this, but this is what the code says. When you're conducting inspections, it's all about the attitude. If you conduct yourself with a good attitude and good professionalism, the only thing that they can try to get you on is your attitude, as long as you're strictly by the code. How we achieve success, as Jim Crawford defines well in his article, Fire Prevention, a Comprehensive Approach. First, we must identify the hazards, and then we remove the hazards, and then we must educate the public and business owners and employees of the risks that are associated with these types of violations. As long as you sit down and you get a good rapport with business owners and employees, supervisors, whoever's doing the inspection with you, and you educate them to the code and the risks that are involved if they don't comply, most of the time you get pretty good compliance. A lot of times when you don't get compliance is when people have had bad experiences with inspectors, and as soon as they see you pull in the parking lot, they think, oh my goodness, there's an inspector. He's going to cost me money. He's here to shut me down. That's not what inspectors are here for. As I mentioned again, we're here to keep the public safe, protect buildings, and protect lives. Basically, that's where we see the authority and compliance. We're not out here just to cost people money and to shut their businesses down. One thing for authority that we have on our plus side is the white shirts that you see here. White has always been a color of authority when it comes to law enforcement or the fire service. In conclusion, regardless of the method, the result should be the same. As long as you have a good attitude and you explain yourself well to the people and get on their level. Ask the person that you're doing the inspection for, introduce yourself, ask them if they're having a good day, ask how their business is going, get a good rapport with them, and you can get good compliance.